Hi everybody, so this is a video I've been absolutely dying to show you because this is a combination I've been trying out for about 2 weeks. It's just taken me a long time to show you, but it is an absolute winner. So it starts with using one of these SPFs from Violette, which I've only just recently started trying. And I've also got this new matte tinted moisturiser from Mercier. And in addition to that, I've got the new bronzer from Mercier, the colour Infusion, which is very exciting, let me just tell you. And so is the next thing I'm showing you, which I've sort of squeezed into this video, but it works so well with this look, so I have to at least show you. And you may already know I'm obsessed with these, but that is the NYX highlighters. I actually have several shades, so I'll show you the ones I've got, but I'll try one on for my look today and show you the way I love to wear it. So anyway, if you're new here, hi, my name is Hannah. I'm 48, not a professional, just somebody who loves makeup and beauty. Here on my channel, I review the latest products, show you my favourite looks and give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think you'd enjoy that content, I would absolutely love it if you did hit the subscribe button. Lots of people are watching without subscribing, so if you could, that would be super helpful. But if you're already subscribed, welcome back and thank you so very much for being here. And my skin tone for looking at the shades today, I've got fair to light skin with predominantly cool undertones that lean a little bit neutral, plus I've got blue eyes. Anyway, that's enough about me, let's get straight into this video. So like I said, this is an exciting one because I think this combination is the best combination I have found this year. The best SPF and foundation, or tinted moisturiser in this case, but it's like a foundation. This combination is phenomenal. So I picked up 2 of the Violette SPFs. I was sort of on the fence about whether to try these. I've got lots of SPF I already really enjoy, but I know there's been so much hype around these, but they're also very expensive. So did I want to dip in and spend? But anyway, I decided to go for it because they are much more available here now in the UK. I think I got these from Cult Beauty. Wherever I did get them from, you will find it linked below. And this is the one I won't be trying on today because this isn't my favourite of the 2. This one I would use just when you're looking for an SPF. You'll see what I mean when I show you the other one. The other one does a lot of things. So this one has a little bit of a tint in it. Excuse my slightly over-tanned hands. I had one good tanning day, it worked out so well. I got all confident, added another layer, and now it looks a bit ridiculous again. But anyway, can you see how easily that is just blended in? And you don't see the tint, so it looks like it's tinted, but I don't think it describes itself as tinted. This one is the SPF 50 Supreme Screen Hydrating Facial Sunscreen. Very high protection, broad spectrum, UVB plus UVA. Very lightweight, it sits beautifully underneath every type of makeup I've tried it with. So if you're just looking for an SPF that does just that job, I think this is fabulous, really good. And it does give you quite a lot of hydration. But the one I'll be showing you today is my favourite one, and this one is phenomenal. And I've got to be honest, when I saw what this had in it, I thought, I bet you this is going to argue with all my makeup and be a disaster, but let's just give it a go. And that one is the Queen Screen. So here's the bottle. I did actually keep the box for this one because I wanted to show you just how gorgeous the box was. I think it's a special edition box. Yeah, limited edition, big Queen energy. I just thought the box was beautiful. So really nicely presented inside there. This was the box that came with the other SPF, which I don't, oh, it does say limited edition Supreme again. So I think the packaging and possibly the way it looks on the bottle, I'm not sure, is different. Maybe because they've just launched elsewhere, I'm not sure. Anyway, very good packaging there. So we're going to look, oh, this one by the way was £50. So it is pretty pricey, but you do get 125 millilitres in there, which is quite a generous amount to be fair. It does say it's suitable for dry to balanced skin types. And this one, I say it just does the job of one. It actually says this combines moisturiser, primer and sunscreen in one. So this one does do the job of 3 things. This one does the job of 4, which is why it's so fabulous, but we'll get to that. And it's packed with Cacao Plum to hydrate, plump and brighten, alongside antioxidant rich Dragacine Plus, which helps keep the skin feeling bouncy as it defends against infrared visible light and blue light. So this absolutely does everything. So you can skip primer, you can skip moisturiser, and this is your SPF. So that's 3 products in one, sorry. I didn't actually know that. I didn't even read up on that. I just used it. But I did notice when I used it that I didn't need that primer, moisturising primer, which I tend to like to use. But this one's got even more in it. And this one has a beautiful fragrance. I didn't like the fragrance on the first one I showed you. So this one, it's just got a slightly odd, I can smell SPF and it's slightly strong. It goes away very quickly, but as I'm applying it, I didn't like the fragrance, whereas this one smells absolutely gorgeous. So that's a plus, but that's not why it's such a winner for me. This one has 75 millilitres in the bottle and it's £52 for this one. So described as a radiance boosting SPF serum that encourages a smooth, dewy looking finish, but this takes everything that we need pretty much and puts it all in. So the only thing I've got on my face right now is a milky toner. I would normally be going in with my vitamin C, then my SPF, then a moisturising primer. So what is this giving me? Well, if anyone used the SKINSCREEN, which I haven't tried before, this is taking the SKINSCREEN one up another level, is what it says. A supersized dose of radiance with big queen energy. And it does say it's limited edition, so I really hope not, because this is so good. And well, I hope they make it permanent. It says it takes on the best-selling SPF 50 plus luminizing skin screen, and it gives you 50% more. So I don't know if they mean more in the actual amount in the bottle, and that's why it's limited edition. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't seen the original. Is that what they mean? They doubled up the size with a limited edition bottle? I don't know. I do apologise for that. This is a completely brand new brand to me. Described as a lightweight serum-like formula that layers seamlessly under makeup, which it absolutely does, leaving your skin enhanced with a lit from within finish. But listen to what this contains. This has a brightening blend of pink algae, niacinamide and vitamin C. So I'm able to skip out on all of those things. So if you're someone who uses niacinamide in the morning, I do occasionally, I don't always, but I do occasionally. And vitamin C I never miss. So this is covering both of those already. It also has cutting edge filters which provide broad spectrum protection, finished with a signature rose scent. So that's the fragrance, which I'm loving. This is a must-have for luminous summer-ready skin. So basically for me, this is my primer, my vitamin C, my moisturiser and my SPF. All of those covered. Who doesn't love to skip all of those steps? And it's such a joy to use. So it comes in this dropper. So I'll just show you. As you can see, it's quite lightweight. It's not a very thick cream. It smells so beautiful. You do need to love rose, but I love rose scented products, so it's absolutely gorgeous. And you can see that that whole amount, my skin is just absorbed instantly. And obviously you want to make sure you're getting plenty of coverage. So I'll just show you how my face will literally eat this up. That's just my cheek that's taken all of that, so I can go in with plenty more. Good few drops there on the forehead. Another drop on the chin and another drop on the nose. So I'm well and truly covering myself in this, and my skin is just lapping it up. Now what I would say is as you apply it, it does feel very lightweight, but it is quite greasy. So I think if you've got oily skin, you might need to be aware of that. It does feel greasy. So it's definite, and that's why I think it works so superbly with the next product I'll be showing you from Laura Mercier. But this combination has been an absolute smash hit and my favourite combo of this year, one of my favourite combos of all time. But because this feels so greasy, there is no way I could wear this and just go out. I couldn't just have this as my base. And I know that I'm very fussy about having any sort of tacky skincare feel to my skin. This one's particularly greasy feeling. So I think you need to be very aware of that if you're going to try this. So I'm not saying this won't work for people with oily skin. I think it really depends on what you're putting on top. So if you're going to go in like I am now with a matte product and powders, it's probably going to work out okay for you. But please just be aware of that. And if you're going to try and wear this one on its own, just be aware of the greasy finish. And I know greasy is not a very nice word, is it? But that is how it feels. So if I was just going to give it a review based on how this currently feels, it wouldn't be such a good review. But now let's see the magic. So now we're going to go in with the Laura Mercier. So I absolutely love the tinted moisturiser that launched from Laura Mercier earlier this year. It was fantastic and one of the best ones on the market, and definitely up there with my Lisa Eldridge skin tint. So when I saw they brought out, this is a reformulation I believe, the Blurred Matte tinted moisturiser, I knew that I had to try this one. So I've got this one in the shade 1C Cameo. This one does actually have SPF 30 in it, so I'm really going to be maximising my SPF coverage, but obviously I'll be putting a lot less of it on compared with the SPF I've just put on my face. So this one says that it is supercharged with French rock samphire and white rose extract, a hard-working formula which works to reduce excess sebum. It mattifies and offers up to 16 hours of skin balancing hydration. In fact, along with the help of French rose clay, this makeup skincare hybrid blurs and controls shine for over 24 hours, delivers intense hydration, SPF protection against UV damage, while granting a breathable sheer-to-light coverage that applies evenly and lasts all day. So that's how the tube looks. And I apply this with a brush, so I'm using my Refa LCO3, the best sort of brush for this sort of product. So that's how it looks. Quite thick. You can see it's not running down my hand there. So I think that tells me you could probably apply this quite nicely with a sponge as well. But I don't need a lot of this at all. And straight away, I'm not putting any sort of corrector underneath. Let's just see what this does on its own. And immediately, just that first tap, as soon as I see it, all I see is immediate correction, quite a lot of coverage considering how lightweight it is. The colour match is perfect for my skin tone. Keep in mind I am today wearing tan, so my neck colour is a little bit darker than my natural skin tone, so maybe it doesn't look as perfect. I think it's not too bad. I don't have too much tan on. Let me just do the one side so you can see the difference. And I think all the redness, so if you look at my nose for instance, that's the side with it on, that's the side without it on. Look at the difference and look how it's just evened everything out. And you can see that the glow coming through from that SPF is still huge, even though I'm putting on a matte finish. That's why I really like it. So you could argue just going with a glowy product, I know that, but I love the fact that this is giving me the glow with the coverage. The combination of the two together just works so beautifully for me. Fairly decent sized drop on the back of my hand, and now doing the other side. Now I have tested this out over several weeks, as I've said, so it's just there's been so many other releases I just haven't got around to showing you. So I can tell you now this wears beautifully. It's got excellent longevity for such a lightweight product. And on the sort of first or second day that I tried this, I did on my iPhone just film a very quick check-in video. If I've got that check-in video, I will insert it now this minute, so hopefully you're seeing that. If you're not, I do apologise. So here hopefully is that clip. So this is an 11-hour check-in for the Laura Mercier Tinted Matte Moisturiser, and I think for 11 hours it's done very, very well. You can see a little bit of redness around my chin area here, tiny little bit of breaking up there, but nothing much. I'm delighted with it. If you see a line here where it seems to have disappeared, that's because I was at the hairdresser's today, so obviously everything went from there. But for the rest of my face, if you ignore that, I thought it went on so beautifully. Everything sat on top of it beautifully that I applied afterwards, and I think my complexion has looked really good all day. And I don't look too matte because I had a nice glowy base on underneath, which is actually why I tested it today, because I used an SPF that was so glowy. I thought, well, this is a good time to test a matte, because that's how I like to use them really, so they're not too matte. And it worked out as a brilliant combination actually. Absolutely love it. So delighted with this check-in. So if you didn't see that clip, as I'm continuing with application, hopefully you'll take my word for it that this is very, very long lasting. And by the end of the day, I think it looks fabulous. If it does wear away a little bit around the nose and chin, it does so ever so naturally. And I just, every time I look in the mirror when I've worn this combination, I've thought it looks absolutely fantastic. I don't need any sort of corrector at all. Look at the way my nose looks now after applying that. And look at the shine I've got coming through from that SPF. Obviously I'm going to powder. So you do need to enjoy my routine here. If you're somebody who doesn't like to powder, then this combination may be way too greasy if you're using the SPF I've used. If you don't use my SPF with all this huge glow and shine, this will have a very different finish. It's this particular combination for me personally, which I love. My skin loves it. The hydration is absolutely locked in. And I just feel like it's given me the most perfect finish using the Laura Mercier tinted, matte tinted moisturiser. I really do think it just gives me perfect skin. And my skin is just so happy. It just, at no point during the day do I feel I need to add any sort of moisturising, hydrating spray. It is just beautiful. So I love it. Anyway, I'll just quickly go off camera and finish the rest of my base, and then we can take a look at the bronzer from Laura Mercier, which I'm going to be using today for my full face and for my eyes in combination with these rather fantastic highlighters. So I've now fully powdered down my face, and you can see that the shine has gone and everything is looking much better. Certainly I'm more comfortable. There's no sticky tacky base whatsoever. But what you'll probably even notice by the end of this video is a little bit of glow will come through. Not an oily, sticky glow, but a little bit of glow. So I've still got that matte finish coming from the Laura Mercier and the powder, but obviously that really glowy base coming in from the Ultraviolet SPF is going to shine through, which is what I love. So all of these products are giving me exactly the look with the feel and the finish that I love, which is why this is my personal favourite combination. As I've pointed out a few times, it's very personal to me, the way I enjoy this. You may find this combination utterly bizarre. If you're somebody with dry skin who doesn't like a tacky finish, but you like a bit of a glow and you like a perfected powdered finish, if that's you, this combination is for you basically. And I do think it's very mature skin friendly despite the powder. So it actually allows you to get away with wearing powders because the hydration that you've got locked in from both products, both SPF and the Laura Mercier, is just helping your skin to look very, very natural and youthful while still using powders. I plan on finding ways to use powders for the rest of my life, if I can. And talking of powders, let's move on now to the bronzer, which is a powder. So here is the packaging from Laura Mercier. So quite a simple sort of packaging, very solid, with a nice size mirror inside here. And here is the product. If I just turn it this way so I can see what it says on the back. This is number 10, and the title of this product is the Bronze Colour Infusion. So we have the matte bronzer here, and then we have the glowy finish here, which isn't a bronzer. This is more like, it's not even a highlighter. It's almost like a blush shade that sort of works with bronzer. Maybe a bronzer, but with a bit of glow. It's a glowy blush, basically, but very, very, very complementary with this. It's such a beautiful combination. So this shade here is very good for me as contour and bronzer, and that's why this product is pretty magic for me. There are 2 other shades available. Certainly when these launched in the UK, there were only 3 shades, so I don't know if there's more anywhere else, but that's all that launched here in the UK, and this was £34. And it was made in the USA, and you get 9 grams of product. I have actually just checked the Cult Beauty website. There are actually 5 shades, so we only actually got the 3 lightest shades, it seems, on the Cult Beauty website. So the 4th and 5th shades, which is number 40 and number 50. So in that picture, the 2 deeper shades didn't launch here in the UK, not that I'm aware of. It may have now, and if it has, please do comment below, because obviously anyone with deeper skin tones will be completely missing out here in the UK if those 2 shades aren't available. So I can't see why they wouldn't be, and they should be. So hopefully they are somewhere. So the description on the website for this says that this is powered by finely milled pigment powders. This formula diffuses evenly over your complexion for a smooth blurred finish, designed with both a matte and a shimmer shade. Matte? I'm sure I should just say matte. It grants a lit from within glow by utilising warmth, radiance and definition all in one step. Lightweight, breathable and long lasting, it only needs to be dusted effortlessly around the perimeters of your face to create that desired just got back from holiday look. So one of the things you can do to create that just back from holiday look, which may be the original intention of this, will probably be to sweep around and get one colour from it. So that's not how I like to do it. So I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm going to show you the way I like to do it, but I will swatch all the different ways so you can see them on the back of my hand. There is the glowy blush on its own. Here is the bronzer on its own. And here is how it looks if you swirl them all together. Now, as you can see there, when you swirl them all together, it's quite a lot warmer than here, which is cooler. So for me, if I was going to use it as a bronzer all over, I personally would prefer to just stick with the bronzer shade in the, certainly the forehead. If I'm going to go for the cheek area, fine, we can mix those colours and go for that double look of both shades. But for me personally, being cool tones, I would rather stick to having the cooler tones around the perimeter, which is why I really love this, because I can really change it up. So if I did have maybe even more tan on now, or if I caught sun, which I try not to actually, but if I did, or I'm just generally darker, maybe this as an all over would, as they said, would look like I've just got back from holiday, and it would work well for me. So that could also be another option for me, but I'm going to show you the way that I like to use this. So I go into the bronze side just using a small brush like this one from BK Beauty. This one's the 207, and I'm going to take it down the nose for my contour. Perfect, perfect contour shade, and it blends out so easily with very, very little effort on my part. It's just so quick. And then taking it under, I've made the mistake of putting my lipstick on, which I shouldn't have done. I'm wearing today the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Duo in Fair, which I cannot stop picking up, with a bit of gloss on the top. And then I like to take a smaller brush, so I'm using this one from Sonia G. This is the classic cheek brush. And now I'm going to take this, sweep it, which I can because it's going on top of powder, so I can be fairly confident to just sweep it without just patting. And I'm taking it into the contour areas to start with. I say to start with this shade, that's the only way I do it, which you'll see now. So all the areas where I normally contour. So this means I've already skipped a step in my routine, because I often contour and then on top of my foundation and then go in and powder and then go in with my bronzer. So I've skipped my cream contour or liquid contour step, and this is now giving me the job of contour sort of bronzer. I say sort of because I usually just take the bronzer there. But what I'm going to do now with this one is with exactly the same shade, I'm going to take it more across the forehead. So it's bronzer and contour for me here. Now this is where if you had light to medium skin tones, you might want to try the whole swirl, and this shade might be absolutely fine for you across the whole of the forehead. And maybe you'd like to use this as your contour, sweep the two together to use it as your bronzer. Very, very versatile product, and it does so many jobs. So taking it, and it's so quick and easy, and it's a perfect shade for me. It blends on absolutely effortlessly. There is no patchiness with this. It's a lovely smooth matte, very smooth formula, very soft. Not a lot of kickback either. It's just very, very pleasant. And the next thing I like to do is to take my eyeshadow brush, a blender brush like the one from Victoria Beckham, into that bronzer contour shade for me, and take this now into the crease of the eye, and it goes on perfectly. Literally the most perfect natural contour. So if you're looking for a very, very quick makeup look and you don't want to do your eyes today, maybe you just want that little bit of contour to meet there with your bronze shade, and put some mascara on and you're off and ready. This is the perfect one. It just looks very natural, like you're not even wearing anything on the eye, but it's giving you that little bit of contour and definition there. And it really is just incredibly easy when you know you've already got this bronze shade here, because you don't need to worry about having a perfect line. You're just bringing this out and it's just meeting with the shade already there. So such an easy thing to do. And then I'll take my Rapha number 3 and run the same shade under the eye as well. And I'll leave the eye like that for now and go back in with exactly the same cheek brush that I was using before. And now I'm going to take just the glowy shade. Now where I normally just put bronzer and then blush is where I'm going to take that. So this is going to basically do both. So I'm infusing this with that bronzer shade. Now what you could do alternatively here is what I said you could do up there. You could mix the two together, but this is how I am absolutely loving using it, and they just blend together beautifully. And it gives a very light glow. It's not a glow that emphasizes texture. It's not giving me too much color. I think it's a really natural sort of sun-kissed finish and shade. Really, really, really easy. And because it's giving me that glow, I don't need a highlighter either. So you might want more color on your cheeks. You might want to go in with the blush and then top with this, because this is not bringing a lot of color. But I personally, for a very natural sun-kissed look, I personally really like this and don't actually feel like I need to add anything else. So the magic of this incredible product is the amount of things I'm doing with it. So contouring, bronzer, highlight, blush, eyeshadow, all of those things. And I can change it up and sweep around and get another shade. So it's such a simple idea, but it's serving all those purposes. So this is going to be an absolutely magical product for me for a holiday, for instance, because it's a sun-kissed vibe, but also because it's given me all of those products all in one, and I can leave so many products at home and also keep my look nice and simple and really quick to apply, but still feel really put together. So this is incredible. This simple product with these beautiful formulas is just doing all of those jobs, and I absolutely adore it. And for my skin tone, I think it's perfect. And that is why that has become possibly the best bronzer I've tried this year, and one of the best bronzers ever. I love it. So now, to finish this look in the most superbly easy way, but to give me a look that I think is incredible, I'm going to use one of these NYX highlighters. In fact, I'm going to use a shade I haven't tried yet, the pink one. But before I put this on, I've created several looks with these already. So the shades that I have tried looks with, you may have already seen, you may not have. I will play you the short videos that I've already created using the 3 shades, using 3 of the 5 shades I've bought. So here are those 3 clips back to back for you to enjoy. Today I'm testing out this NYX highlighter in holographic lavender. Doesn't this look stunning? Look at that. Wow, absolutely beautiful. So today I'm going to put this on the eyes. I've got a bit of bronzer already in the crease and above, and now I'm just going to take this across the whole of both lids. Wow, that was just the first swipe. Just blending it now into the crease for a softened edge, and there we go. Look at that. And here's how that looks when I've added eyeliner and mascara. I absolutely love that. I think it is stunning. So let's now try it as a highlighter using my fan brush and taking a little bit of this on the top of my cheek. And despite how bright it is on the eyes, it is not too much on the cheeks. These highlighters are such a surprise to me. This is the second one I've tried. The green minty one I was completely wowed by. And now I'm completely wowed by this one too. There it is built up if you want to see more of it. That's probably more than I would have liked. I wanted you to see it both ways, but anyway, with that initial light dusting, I think it was perfect. That's maybe slightly over applied. But if you like it like that, that's how it looks. Taking it down the nose and above the Cupid's bow. Genuinely blown away by these NYX highlighters. I adore them. I really adore them, and definitely recommend trying some of these. This one and the mint one, they're definitely beautiful. I am becoming completely obsessed with these new highlighters from NYX. I've tried several shades, and now today I'm going to try this one. This one has a real shift. It's called Butter in Black, and just look at the shift in that one. I'm hoping for me this will mostly be for the eyes. I'm not convinced this will work on the cheeks, but I will try a little bit just to see. So there's the swatch. Look at that. Sort of greeny to purple shift, isn't it? Or pinky. Gorgeous. And this could be a beautiful one and done shade. I've just got a little bit of bronzer in the crease of my eye, and that's it. So I'm going to be using just this for the whole of my mobile lid. Oh wow. I've said that with every single one of these highlighters. Every time I've applied them to my eyes, they are just so stunning. Look at that. That is sensational. Honestly, NYX, you have created the best highlighter on the planet. You really have. I think what I'm really loving is the way I use them on my eyes more than anything though, which I know is not the actual purpose of the highlighter, but isn't it great when you can do both? But for £10, you're getting all of this as a one and done. If you think about it, you can spend a fortune on a really nice duochrome one and done eyeshadow. And I'm just spending £10 on all of this. Well, that is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. And how quickly have I just created an eye look. You can be out the door in seconds and looking so fabulous. So here is the eye look. Now I've added eyeliner and mascara, and I think this is the best one I've tried so far on the eyes. I didn't think I could beat the mint or the lilac, but this one, this is something special, isn't it? Can this work on my cheeks? I really doubt it, but I'm going to try it anyway. I've got my fan brush from Victoria Beckham. I will be going extremely lightly. So far, every highlighter has worked, despite my concerns. And do you know what? I think it actually does. Just a light bit. If I went mad with this, it would look crazy on my skin tone, so very light dusting. It's just not over the top. I think that's what amazes me, because on the eyes, it just looks so impressive. I think if I put this on the cheeks, it's going to be wild. Just a light bit there, look. And it's not, it just catches in the light and it just matches the eye. Oh wow. These should be marketed as eye and cheek. They really should, because maybe they are. I haven't actually read up on it. If they're not, they should be, because that's, oh, they are so perfect. So I have another 10 out of 10 for one of these highlighters. Just look at it. Wow. So aren't they incredible? Absolutely incredible. And I think in all of those looks I just had the bronzer in the crease. In fact I did, and I'm pretty certain it was this bronzer. I can't even remember off the top of my head. I don't even know what I've just shown you. You know, because you've just watched it. But I know for sure in my most recent one, which was the dark shifty one, I definitely used the Laura Mercier, definitely. And today I'm going to try the pink. But before I try the pink, let me just show you the 5th one I've bought. And there are more, you can look for it. There's a lot more shades of these. But here is the one I haven't tried yet, and I'm not trying today. So I'll just do a swatch of this one. So this one is called Glaze It Butter. These have cost me £10, by the way. And in the UK, they are available on Superdrug. Look at that. These never, ever, ever fail to completely wow me. They are smooth, they are buttery, as the name suggests, and they are sensational. They are just gorgeous. And so far there hasn't been a single highlighter, even if I thought it wouldn't work, there hasn't been one that hasn't worked on cheeks and eyes. And I love the cohesive look, but I absolutely love the finish. On the eyes, it gives you a very dramatic wow finish. On the cheeks, it seems to give a subtle highlight. I don't know how it does it, but it does. And you're getting all of this product. And I don't think I mentioned that when I bought this from Superdrug, they had a buy 3, get 1 free. So if that offer still stands, you can get 3 of these for £20, which is, when you think I've spent up to, with Hermes for instance, £90 on one highlighter, this is 10 for one, or possibly 20 for 3 if you get that offer. These are just so good. And the amount of product, let me just check. It says it's got a 12-month shelf life, by the way. There's 10 grams of product in here, and there's actually 9 different shades. So I've got 5 of the 9. So I'll pop a picture up now of the different shades you can get. And today I'm going to try this pink, which is called You Butter Work, as in W-E-R-K. Let's take a swatch of this one, and another wow, wow, wow finish. Just look at them. How do they do this? And as with all the videos you've seen just now, I am going to put this on my fingers and do the easiest possible application ever. So on both fingers and straight away. Just look now, I'm not looking yet, but you can see this very first swipe. I knew it would be like that. I knew it would be that impressive. That's why I did it with my eyes shut, just telling you it was impressive, because I knew it would be. Obviously I need to go in with a brush now, but just look. That first swipe and the payoff is phenomenal. Also, I don't get any fallout when I use this on my eyes. So now I'll take a bit on my little finger to sort of get in a little bit more there to the inner section, and then go into the crease a little bit, because I like to bring it up a bit. So this is very much my one and done. The bronzer is sitting there in the crease, but really this is the only product that's creating my look. It's very much a background, little bit of contour, and it really just doesn't need anything else. I'm using the same blender brush I used earlier, so the other thing to note is with this look, one brush needed. So for holidays, take that bronzer to do my contour, blush and highlighter, and my contour in the eye. Take one brush, oh sorry, the number 3. I used the number 3 to go underneath Rapha. Take 2 brushes. And then apply the highlighter with your fingers and just tidy up with this brush, and you've completed this beautiful look. But take all those different shades of highlighters and then match them up with your looks, or mix and match, like today with blue and pink, however you want to do it. And I think every single day of your holiday you'll feel absolutely fabulous, and I think that's what I'll be doing. I thought I'd be taking so much expensive makeup in my next upcoming holiday, but I think I'm going to get as much joy and have as many beautiful looks by just using these products, and I'm loving the fact that it's so quick. Just look at it. Just look at that absolutely sensational look on the eyes. Isn't it beautiful? Anyway, I'm now going to do my eyeliner and mascara, and then we'll be back to try this one out on the cheeks as a highlighter. So I'll see you for that. So I've gone in with a little bit of liner and mascara, and that is the finished look. Let's now finish the look off by trying this highlighter using my fan brush. It is quite an impactful highlighter, so I would never go in for a second swipe with this one. So I'm going to be sensible today, but look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. They're not too glittery. You don't see chunks of glitter. You do see a little bit of sparkle, but it's still like when the YSL highlighter came out and I saw glitter in that. This has less of it. I think it's I prefer it to the YSL. And then you get these colours. The lilac I had to be a bit careful because I went in the second time and it did look too much. So I do think, especially if you're fair, don't layer up with this. Look at that. I love them. I honestly think they're my highlighter of the year. I really do. And it is not an expensive brand, which is so rare for me and very different for this channel, to be fair, because I'm always reviewing the most expensive. Like last year, my favourite was the Hermes for £90. This one is £10. It's not Hermes quality, I'm not going to lie to you, but it is absolutely beautiful. It really is. I love it on cheeks and eyes. And that's a third huge hit. So I can't wait to try the other two. I'm looking forward to trying that duochrome. But all in all, everything I've shown you today, I already knew how well they worked on me, so I'm not surprised to tell you that these are fantastic. These are definite favourites. So for the combination of the ultraviolet in the, what's it called now, the Queen Screen, covering all of my skincare, apart from toner, everything else, vitamin C, moisturiser, primer, SPF, all in one product. Then going in with the Laura Mercier Blurred Matte, is that what it's called? Yeah, Blurred Matte Tinted Moisturiser. This combination is an absolute winner for me. It really, really is. I adore it. And can you also see that my face is starting to glow a little bit, because I told you that flatness does not last, because the glow from this comes through and it just becomes the most perfect finish. And then obviously we've looked at the Laura Mercier bronzer, which I think, at the moment, I think it is definitely my bronzer of the year. I think it is perfect. I love it so much. And again, we've got a multi-use product here. It gives you everything. This is definitely going to be a holiday choice for me because I can leave so many products at home if I take that one with me, and I know I'm going to be so delighted with the end result, and it also works so quickly and easily as well. So I think it's stunning. And then the highlighters, I love them all, so look out for my next 2 videos showing you the other 2 shades, which I will do as soon as I possibly can. But I do hope you've enjoyed this, and I'd love to hear, have you tried any of these products? Are they becoming favourites for you too? Or if you haven't tried them, I strongly recommend you do, because you might just fall in love with them as much as I have. These are my biggest successful finds of the year so far. I am over the moon with them. So I hope this has been helpful, and if you have enjoyed this, please do hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe to my channel. I would love it if you joined us here, but if you already are subscribed, thank you so very much for being here at the end of another one of my reviews. I appreciate you all so very much, and I hope to see all of you again for my next review. Take care everybody, bye!